Some crazy stuff happened this week.
Dude, some shit went down. Hey guys, we're back. It's another episode of Friends First, and Mariah's looking at me like I'm freaking insane right now.
Well,
I might be, who knows?
it's weird that you're just now picking up on that, because that's a constant thought in my mind when I look at you.
I think I just
redo that. That was so mean.
No,
I don't want to always show over you.
No. I literally, I think I've just got to the point when you're looking at me like that, because so many people look at me like that when I do shit in public, that I'm just like, I'm living life, all right? Judge me, I'm living life.
I feel like I am one of your biggest fans. I'm your number one fan, okay? So I just have to even it out sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you gotta humble me, I guess.
Yeah, bring you back down.
What were we just about to talk about that I said absolutely not?
Oh, so I want to start a little journey of becoming more hydrated.
Okay, perfect. Speaking of, my mouth is so dry.
Oh, I should have got... Nikki's house has that good ice. She has one of those ice makers.
Correction, my mom has one of those ice makers.
Oh, I should have got a cup of ice water before I started.
Okay, just go get a cup of ice water.
No.
I low-key need to fill this, though.
We just started recording.
Yeah, I'd have to clean that out, and I don't really want to do that right now.
How was your day? What'd you do?
I went and donated plasma today because
Oh,
your girlie, she sells parts of her body for money.
so lucky.
You've decided to stop doing that with me, which is smart.
It's sad. So, I've talked about it before. I came back positive for an autoimmune disorder, and I'm kind of going through the process of eliminating which autoimmune disorder I have. So we've eliminated a lot, but we haven't figured it out. But I've noticed that after I donate plasma, my body just tanks, and I have a mini flu or a cold or whatever for 3 or 4 days after. I just get so sick after I donate. So
that sucks, dude.
for a while I'm not donating. It's a really big bummer because it was such a fun, easy way to make money. Not fun, but
yeah, I mean,
when we would go together, waiting in the line, it wasn't bad.
No, and the people in there are really nice.
Yeah.
But
Most
for
of
the
them.
40 minutes, yeah, most of them. For the 40 minutes of that, I'm not even going to say it because I know there's so many people that get upset. But for the 40 minutes you're connected to the machine,
Yeah.
it is a little bit why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And then as soon as you're unattached from the machine, it's cool.
Easy money.
I just made some money. That wasn't so bad. But today they got me.
Oh no.
Yeah, they got me.
What happened?
They stuck it in, and my vein said no.
Okay, that's really gross. Let me interrupt you for a second to tell you a joke.
Okay.
What does a dog and a phlebotomist have in common?
I have no idea.
One good stick and they're happy. Carry on with your gross story.
Okay, Claire.
Your vein said no.
Yeah, and there was a woman across from me that was her machine was saying no, and they had stuck her in one arm, and the machine said no, so they took it out and stuck her in another one, and her machine said no. In another one, she's got 10 arms, in her other arm, and so she still got paid or whatever, blah, 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 but that was happening on top of the girl connected me to the machine, and my vein yeeted away from said item. So
This is worse than that time you talked about your fingers.
so the guy had to come over and properly put it in place.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so there were two of them are you okay? And I'm yeah, as long as I don't look at it and you guys don't talk to me about it.
Yeah, as long as they don't say anything.
Yeah. And then I was talking to the girl about for me, it's better when I don't look at myself when things are happening. It doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
And she was oh, there's studies that say that if you look at it, it doesn't hurt as bad. And I'm
Wrongo.
nope. Anytime I've had to get shots,
Do you want me to
get
faint?
blood drawn, anything, I'm I as long as I don't look at it, I don't care that it's happening to me. I don't think anything's bad is gonna happen.
The
to
pain
me.
is not even real. Who cares? It feels I mean,
I
I've
don't
stepped
even-
on a rock that hurts more.
Yeah,
So.
and I don't even have an actual fear of any of that stuff.
No.
I really don't.
It kind of grosses me out when I think about how it the mechanics of it all, what's going down.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
I just think morally, when I, like, these people are doing things that are, like, helping people. Like, I gave consent for them to, like, attach me to this machine, like, that kind of stuff. But, like, when I'm watching somebody else, like, give me a shot or, like, take my blood or hook me up to this machine for plasma, it's like, yes, I gave my consent, but then it's like, you're also still hurting me. And, like, morally in my brain, for some reason, I'm like, you're hurting me. And, like, I, like, don't want to look at people, like, intentionally hurting myself. But, like, I think if I didn't do the artist world, I would have gone into, like, the medical field.
Ooh.
Like, because I do really enjoy that stuff.
Yeah.
But... yeah, it was an interesting experience today, and I have a little bruise now, so I probably won't be able to donate on Friday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I'm like, your girl just wants her cash, okay?
Well, I didn't get to donate plasma, but I did get an IV today.
Oh, yeah, tell me about that. You didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, so I had to go get a CT scan.
Was it like a full body CT scan?
Yes, ma'am. No, they just did my lower intestines. Or my intestines or whatever. Oh,
that's why you had to drink that stuff. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, so I thought I was just getting a scan. I show up and they're like, did they let you know that you'll be drinking this solution? I'm like, no. So she brings in these 2 huge jugs. Like, you know the big Gatorade jugs? Yeah. They're like that size. 3 big ones. You have 15 minutes to drink each of them.
Ugh.
And it's chalky, thick, nasty solution. You have to sit in the waiting room and drink it. I was like...
Oh, so, like, everybody's watching you drink it.
Yes, and after every... Like, I would, like, plug my nose and, like, try to drink as much as I can, like, gulp for a solid minute. But when I was done, I would literally, like, be dry, heaving, and gagging. I was like, this is so embarrassing. So I asked the nurse, I was like, can I go drink this in my car? Like, this is literally so embarrassing. They're like, no, you need to be, like, under supervision, indirect supervision while drinking this. And I'm like, this is a torture chamber. This is, I was like, never mind. I'll just never figure out what's wrong with my body. I'm fine. Let me leave. This is gross.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah, so I did end up drinking it all. And then I went back to do the CT scan, and they hook you up to an IV, and they put that stuff in your body that makes you feel really warm. It makes you feel like you peed your pants. It's so weird.
I have no idea.
They say it makes you feel like you peed your pants. This is going to be like TMI.
Did you actually pee your pants?
No, oh my God, no. But like, I didn't feel like I peed my pants. Nikki, my clit was so warm. Like, my vagina was like, it was like there was like a nice warm toasty heating pack just on my pussy. That's what it felt like. Can I say pussy?
You can say whatever you want. It's your podcast. It's fine.
But that's what it felt like. I was like, she's like, oh yeah, there might be a warm sensation like you've peed your pants. And I'm sure my eyes were like the size of quarters. My pupils were fully dilated. Like, bitch, this does not feel like I peed myself, but okay. Like, I wasn't turned on. I'm not creepy. But...
Like, literally the whole time that you were getting ready to explain that, all I was thinking was, like, she actually peed her pants.
No.
Her nipples got warm. She shit her pants. Like, something like that.
No. I just was like, why is this almost, like, comforting?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, it didn't feel good in a weird way, but it felt like...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like, different. Like,
yeah.
How does that happen?
Like, if you sat in literally a hot tub just on your vagina. That's what it felt like.
So fucking
it was like cozy. But so I had to get the IV and like along with your story, and I was like, I'll hold real still for you, just like don't say anything that's going on and I'll be perfectly fine. And she was like, oh, okay, you don't want any warning at all? And I was like, no. So I'm holding still, we're like talking about something else, and then she goes, so you don't want any warning? And I'm like, no. And she goes like, okay, here we go. Girl,
what the fuck?
That is a fucking warning. So then I, like, cut her off and, like, I was like, how was your Thanksgiving or whatever? Because I'm like, just, we both need to be distracted. I don't want to hear you. So we talk about something and she goes, so, like, she's still working on stuff. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Wow, you're a squirter. She literally said that as my vagina, like, this is after, like, I'm like, oh, my vagina feels really warm. And she's like, you're a squirter. And I'm like,
oh,
this is so embarrassing. What is going on? And I refused to look at my arm with the IV in it.
No, I wouldn't
but
either.
But she brought over this alcohol wipe and, like, was wiping up my arm. So I'm, like, assuming, like, my IV was squirting. But I was like...
Oh my god.
That is so, like, what?
You had quite the experience today.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
I was like, oh my god. Originally I'd asked you if you could come with, but I have a little bruisey poo too.
Yeah, that's exactly what mine looks like.
Oh my god, we're wearing like unintentional matching hoodies.
Yeah.
We have matching bruises. This is so cute. Oh my god, that's
Look
so
at
weird.
little matching bruises.
Look at our matching sweater bruise combos. We should just take a picture. We're so cute right now. Yeah. So then I finished my CT scan and it was fine. I just felt like kind of like upset tummy-ish all day, but like nothing new.
Yeah.
So.
But like you didn't notice anything from like drinking all that shit.
Yeah, I felt like there was a brick in my stomach.
Ew.
So I had to take a really long lunch break and I went and walked around the store just to, like, because I felt like I needed to get up and walk around and like
around.
Yeah, like I brought my water bottle and drank some water and tried to go for walking.
Oh.
Go for a walk. Go for walking. What?
Go for a walk. Back to hydration though.
Yeah. I have a fun thing I want to do next week.
Yes.
I want to go buy like as many different brands of water that I can.
Okay.
Including sink water, because I have this thing where I say I don't drink sink water, right?
Yeah.
But I want to like get cups and like label them, you know, and then mix them up, and then we should do like a water taste test.
Yeah.
So I can find out my definitive ranking of like what waters I like, because if I end up liking sink water, that would be really cool, because I don't like plastic single-use containers. So like
I just don't understand why you don't like sink water.
I don't know. It just weirds me
like,
out. You do know that like the area we live in, like the valley, is rated really poorly for water quality.
I've been drinking it my entire life.
See? I mean, you literally just proved my point.
Shut the fuck up. I've been drinking it my whole life. Literally my whole life.
But think what could happen if you didn't.
I've never heard that. I've literally never heard that.
Anyway, I'm going to bring over water next week, okay?
Okay, yeah. I think that would be fun.
I think it'd be fun.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
I'm really excited for it. So.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to add any bottle of water that's over $2. Because I'm poor. But I want to at the same time, you know. So Fuji water, I don't even know.
Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji water, if you're listening, send us.
Yeah, Mariah would love to not or like smart water.
Yeah, just let us try your water for our taste test.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But until then, so I want to try some water, and then I want to do like a little. Do you think you drink enough water in a day, every day?
Recently, I don't think I've done good. Honestly, okay, so like, moment of truth here, which I'm not sure. I think I've kind of talked about this. I like drank my way through Europe, like so much so it was like kind of depressing, and like at one point I was like, oh, any bad thing that happens, I like run to alcohol.
Yeah.
So like when I got home, I like was like, hard no, gotta stop drinking. So like stopped drinking. My face cleared up. I mean, like I'm scarred still, but like I don't break out. I like the swelling in my face went down, like typical things that people know about drinking.
Yeah.
And then I started donating plasma. So then I started like drinking more water, which is like donating plasma. We were just saying this, like literally donating plasma will cause you really quickly to be like super healthy and drink a lot of water, because all I think about is like my protein intake, because they test your proteins, and then my hydration level, because if either one of those things are off, like you can't donate. So then like
also when I was donating, like something I always thought about is the machine separates like your plasma from the fat in your bloodstream. So if you're eating high foods with a lot of fat in it, then it takes longer to donate because it takes longer to separate. And so I was like, I don't like sitting here forever. So I would literally like the day before eat nothing that had like I would eat like no fatty foods.
Yeah. Like they want you to have like healthy fats, but not like
no, like pork before.
Yeah.
Or like fast food fake cheese.
Yeah.
So I would have a good day of like healthy eating and like really hydrated.
Yeah. And I like, and the other thing too is like, I think like the first time we went in, I was like super anxious and like, because it, like it's a new thing, like all of that stuff. And then like, I don't think I ate as healthy. Like prior to going in there, and I did not feel good when we left. Like, neither one of us felt.
Yeah, we were, like,
it was
dying.
rough. It was so bad. But, like, now, every time I go in, I leave, and I'm, like, fine.
Yeah,
like, I'm
that's
totally
good.
fine. And then, to go back to the drinking thing, over my birthday and, like, Thanksgiving, I fucking drank, and, like, I broke out, and, like, wasn't drinking enough water, and I can, like, feel it still.
Oh.
Like,
it's, like,
I can still feel that. Like, I'm...
not a full week later, but that's not good. I talk bad about you on this podcast a lot, but I do want to say, like, that's something I'm so proud of you for.
Drinking water?
Just, like, recognizing, like, oh, I should make this change.
Oh, yeah.
So for you.
Because I just...
So, I think we should set up a competition. And, like, the water you're supposed to drink is, like, your body weight in half.
Ounces.
Yeah.
So, like, I got weighed today. I'm 160 pounds. So half of that is 80.
You don't have to say...
Well, I don't care. I'm just giving them a reference. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't care.
Yeah. So, like, I weigh 100 pounds. So I would need 50 ounces. No, I'm just kidding. I weigh, like, twice what you weigh. But, I mean, not quite. That's, like, a lot.
You don't have to talk about your weight, Mariah. I was just giving mine as an example so that
you
didn't have to. Because,
whole
like,
lot of, like, blubbering. You're going to have to... So, yeah. So I want to, like, have, like, a little mini competition where we, like, our amount of water that we need is different. But if we just drink our amount... then we, like, pass for the day, you know?
Yes.
Just, like, keep each other accountable.
Yeah, I would really like that because, like, my lips are super chapped right now and it's driving me nuts.
Mine, too.
And I know it's because I haven't drank enough water today. And I even had a liquid IV today.
Sometimes I listen to the podcast, I'm like, oh, my voice sounds so clicky. Like, my mouth is clicky, and it's because my mouth is so dry.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that sometimes in both of us, and I'm like, oh, man.
Dehydrated bitches.
Speaking of, I'm going to drink some water right now.
Oh, my butt hurts. Probably because I don't drink enough water. I've talked about this. We're only a couple minutes in, but I've covered a lot of topics on this week's episode.
Okay, we were going to talk about something that's kind of sad.
We were?
Yeah, because I want to talk to you about this show that I'm watching and something that, like, or that I just finished watching.
Wait, backtrack. We're talking about our weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, did you just watch it this week?
I finished it, like, this week.
Okay, because we, like, missed some big things that went on this week.
Okay, so then let's talk about that.
Okay, because I don't know if I'll have time for all of it.
Okay.
Will we? Sorry, I shouldn't have cut you off.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
But I'm also, like, I was just going into it because I forgot what we said we were going to talk about, so it's fine.
Okay, we did a lot this week.
We did. We did indeed.
So the most exciting was your birthday.
Yeah, this bitch is officially 29, y'all.
Yeah. So we, for, like, at least over a month had, like, okay, we're going to do something fun on your birthday. But neither of us, like, planned anything.
But also, like, my birthday is, like, I get so excited for it until, like, 2 weeks prior. And then I just get really fucking depressed about it because, like, literally up until that 2 weeks prior, I'm always like, fuck, like, I'm like, turning 29, but it's going to be awesome because I'm going to celebrate it. Like, I always get, like, sad about, like, turning the next year older.
Yeah.
But then, like, that 2 weeks before hits, and I'm like, whatever, I'm just turning another age. And then I get depressed because I'm like, I've never been able to, like, celebrate my birthday the way that everybody else I know celebrates their birthday because my birthday is so close to Thanksgiving.
It's not so close to Thanksgiving. This year, it was literally the day before, so it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, normally it's on Thanksgiving. Like, I'll have it on Thanksgiving some years, or it's fucking Black Friday, or it's the Saturday after. Like, when I turned 26 was the first time that my birthday was, like, more than a week away from Thanksgiving in my adult life.
Do you think that next year we could do something super fun for your 30th birthday?
Yeah, we just have to miss Thanksgiving, which I don't really, like, give a fuck about because I don't, like, I mean, like, Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, but, like, I also am turning 30 and, like, Thanksgiving happens every year.
Yeah, I feel like no matter where we are in the world, we could find, like I wouldn't want to skip Thanksgiving. I feel like we could find a turkey dinner anywhere we're at.
Yeah, or, like
a version of it.
Yeah. Or,
that
like,
would
whatever,
suffice
just,
enough.
like, you know, fucking, we're in Vietnam.
Chicken and rice.
I'll have a fat bowl of pho, thank you very much.
Like, happy fucking Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy fucking birthday.
That would be the day before, and I would say it kindly.
I don't even, actually, my birthday might be on Thanksgiving next year. I haven't even checked. You should check.
That's evil. When's your birthday?
November 23rd.
I was humbling you, I knew. Oh shit, your birthday is on Thanksgiving next year.
How did I know? Yeah. But I'm turning 30, so I literally am not, like,
Yeah.
I need to do something or I'm gonna, like, lose my fucking mind.
We're doing something.
Yeah.
Like, we did a big trip for my 30th birthday, so I feel like it'd be fun to do something for yours.
Yeah.
But this year, I picked you up from work.
Yeah, she did. She was actually at my work when I got off work, which was, like, really surprising.
Well, we were gonna hang out earlier. You were gonna get off work early, and then I was like, well, what am I gonna do now? So I just sat in the parking lot of your work watching TikToks because I'm addicted.
I was trying to make that money.
Don't make that money. Yeah. But then I was like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, and we had tried to, like, sign up for, like, an escape room, and that got booked.
Yeah.
So I think that would be fun to do, like,
I still really want
as
to
a
do
group.
one.
Yeah.
But we ended up doing a painting class.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, I've never done, like, it was, like, a sip and paint, like, thing. It was, like, a sip and paint thing. And, like, I've never done one of those. And where I was like, we could do one. I was like, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah. The funniest thing to me, though, is that it was a church.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't go to a church, but, like, the painting was of a church.
Yeah. So we very much were, like, it's about to be, like, we're about to be real rowdy in front of all of these people that go to church and, like, just want to paint a church.
Yeah. And it's not like the vibe of the business is super, like, wholesome. Like, the week before, they were painting naked ladies.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, painting to painting so different. But it's just funny that, like, I mean,
on my birthday,
we don't have
it's a
anything.
fucking
We don't have
church.
anything against churches at all, but we were kind of similar in that, like, we haven't been to church in a long time.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I don't.
going out, like, quote unquote partying on your birthday. we show up already drunk.
Yeah.
To,
like, definitely
to a
already
class to
tipsy.
paint churches.
Yeah. But it was like, and I just walked in there like, what's up, bitches?
Yeah.
And like, just was being loud and having a good time, and everybody was like kind of being quiet, but I was like, I don't care. Like, and I just had so much fun. And then we met some girls that were like sitting right across from us, and they were so awesome.
Chelsea and Nicole.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Yeah, they were so nice.
They were so nice.
Mm.
We even started a group chat. We took photos together, like, with our paintings.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I, like, literally have not stopped thinking about that since we've done it. Like, I've thought about painting every day since then.
Me too.
And I'm like, I just want to paint.
Yeah. We're going to paint again soon. And then we went downtown. Just kind of did, like, the nightlife.
Yeah, we, like, played pool at a bar and, like...
The funniest thing happened. Okay, it's not really that funny, but, like, kind of funny. We played pool. And then you wanted to play darts. Well, we wanted to play darts.
Yeah.
And so we were watching the dartboards. The bar was packed because it was the night before Thanksgiving. So, like, everyone's home.
Yeah. Everybody's,
bar
like,
was
going
packed.
out, catching up.
Yeah. So the group at one of the dartboards leaves. So we go over there and we play, like, almost a full game of darts. This drunk girl comes back in and she's like, that's my game of darts. That's what you took our... And I was like... She came up to me. I was like, well, did you tell anyone that you were planning on coming back so I could save it for you? No, but our game wasn't finished. And it was like... It was cricket. The game was almost done. So I figured they just gave up.
Yeah, and, like, take your drinks and your coat. Like, they literally took everything and they were like, buy them out.
Like, you could have hung your coat on the dartboard. You could have told someone. Like, there's a million scenarios.
And
She's
the
like,
people, like, next to them were like, nah.
Yeah, the
like,
people next to us were like, she's like, I had to go smoke a cigarette. She was so drunk. And she was like, so what are you going to do about it? And I was like, well, we're going to finish our dart game. You can have it next. And she goes, you going to pay for my game since you wasted my money? And, like, really got in my face. And I said, yes, I will put $1 in the machine for you. This is embarrassing. You're trying to start a fight over $1.
Yeah, and her boyfriend, like, came up to me and was like, yo, what's going on here? And I was like, I have no idea. I was like, we just walked up and started playing. Like, there's an empty dartboard. Like, we're just playing. Because
when they walked over, it was my turn and you were sitting on a bench behind me. Or still behind me. So,
yeah. And the guy came up and, like, kind of started getting snippy with me. And I just was, like real passive with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, we'll leave.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't care enough. Like, you really want to, like, start a fight. Like, you want to try to get in my face over, like, a $1 dart game. Like, that was so extra.
But something else really funny happened, too. when we were playing pool, and there were guys playing darts, I think. They were sitting by these people that came up to us drunk about stealing their dart game. And the guy comes up to me and tries to hit on me by telling me I have a nice stroke.
Yes.
And he would not leave me alone and started following me around the pool table.
Yeah.
And then he left, and his friend came over.
They smelled flammable. I mean, we're in a bar, so that's fine.
They couldn't even, like, look straight. Like,
No,
I could
yeah,
tell
they
they
were
were
gone.
seeing, like, 10 of me.
Straight abducted.
Yeah. And, the second guy, like, left, and the first guy that came up and was like, you have a really nice stroke. Like, where'd you learn to play? I'm like, my aunt's fucking basement. Like,
but, like, the best part about it was I was literally beating you. Like, you were losing.
Yeah.
And he came up
like,
and was complimenting you.
Yeah. It was so dumb. And it was so cringy. And then he, like, goes to, like, follow his friend out who had left, and he was like, you're really missing out on a good guy. And
No, because he asked for your phone number, and you were like, oh, like, I'm just doing me right now.
Yeah, and he was like, what the fuck does that mean? I was like, that means that I don't give a shit.
Like, I'm not handing out my number to people I've known for 2 minutes drunk in a bar, but...
Yeah, like, I'm not searching in this bar for somebody to, like, have a conversation with. And he was like, oh, you're, like, missing out. You're, like, really missing out. I was like, I'm sure I am, but somebody else is going to recognize that. And he was like, no, you need to recognize that. And I was like, nah, I think I'm all right. I think I'm all right.
Solid pass.
He was, like, so appalled by me just being like, nah, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, and then he just walked away, and I was like, did that just happen? Did that just fucking happen? It was pretty funny.
Yeah. I think he was hypnotized. Oh, because before we went in that bar, we had went to the arcade, and we were playing games.
Oh, yeah.
And you won this, like, blinky toy, and it was in your back pocket. So, like, your butt was, like, blinking and glowing.
Yeah.
So he was, at first I thought he was, like, really staring at your butt, and I was like, this is like awkward. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be witnessing this. But he was staring at the blinking toy.
Look, things I do on purpose and things I do on accident to bring attention to myself always bring the weirdest crowd.
Yeah.
Like, consistently.
He was, like, drunk looking at this, like, children's blinking toy in your back pocket.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my god, he's, like, he's, like, undressing Nikki with his eyes. Like, I feel like this is, like, softcore porn, and I need to, like, look away.
And I totally
And then you, like,
forgot.
turned your body, and I realized that thing was blinking, and I was like, oh. Makes more sense. I mean,
yeah, it is what it
that's
is.
awkward, but it's kind of funny. So
yeah, that was funny.
Was it a good birthday?
Yeah, it was a good birthday. Good, like, last second, throw shit together, have a good time birthday.
Good.
Yeah, but I had a good time, and then I came home and regretted being incredibly fucking dehydrated the next day, and then I went to my sister-in-law's house and drank.
Yeah.
And then came home, had Thanksgiving, and drank some more.
It was a good day.
Yeah.
Good weekend. I got to come to your house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which is fun to spend Thanksgiving together.
Yeah. And we did VR. I did VR for the first time.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I thought like, the roller coaster kind of made me sick.
Yeah.
But, like, the games were fun. Like, the song, like, the Beat game was fun.
Beat Saber.
Yeah. And I got to watch my aunt do it, which I've, like, never really seen her play a physical game, like, when we're playing one. So, like, I thought that was fun. Normally she just sits and watches and laughs. So, but she was, like, so stoked about it because she had, like, some experience on the East Coast with one.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's go. She's in there lightsabering things.
They're so fun.
Yeah. And then we went to my brother's house.
Yep.
For the next day, Thanksgiving.
Which was fun. We played, like, some games with the kids. Well, it was all of us, but...
Yeah. Yeah, we, like, really dove back into PUBG, like, hard there for a second.
I tried. I got locked out of my old account. I dove hard into Roblox. I was playing Roblox with the kids and had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't really like Roblox. Like, I did, like, nothing I did on that game, I was like, no, this is fun. Like, I see why kids like it, but I can't.
You gotta do the right ones.
I just kept getting slapped off the fucking side of the cliff.
I don't like that slap game, but there's, like, other games.
We had a good time. It was a lot of fun. It was
a lot
nice
of fun.
to spend, like, holidays together.
Yeah, it was fun. For Christmas, I want to make a giant saran wrap ball.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about the game that we played on Thanksgiving.
Oh, so it's like that game that's on TikTok where they have solo cups and you pick up a cup and, like, whatever prize underneath it you get to keep.
Yeah.
We played a version of that.
Mariah put it together and we all played it.
Yeah. Did you win anything good?
I, like, literally had the candy over there. I ate some of it. I won candy. I won some scratch-offs. And I think I got like a hair tie. I traded Riley a hair tie.
Like the good spirally ones.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I did pretty good.
Cool.
I was like honestly more excited to see all the kids win shit. So
yeah,
I was like,
I just thought it was really funny that Lily just turned 15, but she won like
14.
all the. I just thought it was really funny that Lily just turned 14. She's my favorite niece, so I don't want to get caught saying her age wrong on the podcast.
Favorite niece. You too, you motherfuckers.
So like biologically, she's Nikki's niece or whatever, but she said that I'm her favorite aunt.
Yeah, and you know what? That was such a fucking shit. What a fucking shithead. So she did that, and then I don't know if you caught her like side glancing, like looking directly at me.
Yeah, she was saying it to make you mad. Or,
yeah,
like, to
because
get to
you know what she said to me before you fucking came in, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell Mariah on the podcast, and don't fucking say anything to her. She was like, okay, I won't. She like sits down, and like we're getting ready to play like Go Fish, and she was wearing our friend's first hoodie, like our first ones that we made.
Yeah,
that, like we're
she's
just
so
like,
cute in it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I really like your hoodie. She goes, yeah, like Mariah gave it to me, and she's like my favorite aunt, and it is her podcast.
Oh my god, Lily, I'm obsessed. It's funny because you paid for it. You paid for it.
Yeah, I was like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, I did pay for the vinyl and design the logo and cut it out on my Cricut, but for my favorite niece.
It's like so funny though.
She's
like
so funny.
So she like said that to me like a couple times. She was like, it is Mariah's podcast. And like
I love
Mariah
her.
did give me this, my favorite aunt. I'm like, you shut the fuck up. So then like when she
That's
said
so
that
funny.
to you and like side glanced me, she was like, because she had said that to me like 400 times.
I love that. She was wearing that hoodie, and I can't remember who I said it to. Was it your brother? Where I was like, oh yeah, I host a podcast, and I let Nikki join sometimes.
Fuck you.
But
joke's on you, all the money's funneling into my account right now.
burn. Joke's on you, all the bills are being paid out of my account right now.
Who's really getting fucked right now then?
Sadly.
Mariah sent me a fucking TikTok today.
It's this little girl in the back seat, and she has like a Dick's Sporting Goods bag, and she's like, yes, I got a new hoodie.
Yeah.
And she pulls the hoodie out of the bag, and she smells, and she goes, ah, yes, still smells like Dick's.
And then Mariah sends this shit to me. And like, of course I see what she wrote before I watch the video. She goes, the fucking what she wrote was, you when you burp.
Oh, I wasn't going to associate my best friend with blowjobs on the internet, but here we are.
But it's like, it was one of those things where I was like, do I tell this on the podcast and let people think that I'm lying about the fact that the dick is so far away from me right now? It's unreal.
You're like a celibate nun.
I'm like growing cobwebs right now. Like,
But I feel like everybody needs that phase.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's very intentional.
Yeah, it is intentional,
Yeah.
but it's...
Could I fucking yell it any louder? It's intentional! She's not trying!
I'm not trying. The most I'm trying is somebody on the other side of the world right now, okay?
Oh,
and it's not
yeah.
even me really trying. That's how far dick away is from me. Literally the other side of the world. Anyway, we're gonna bring it back. Now that we've talked about clits and dicks on this fucking podcast.
I know. Speaking of that, you told me that you liked that book, City of Girls.
Yeah, did you start reading it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I'm just at the part where she found out that her aunt's a lesbian.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
I like a good mystery book or something that's suspenseful, and I don't find it suspenseful at all.
I am with you.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes. Did you read that yet?
No, I don't.
It's like this famous...
Right now.
Well, I want you to, so stop. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is a famous actress who's really old.
Yeah.
So she's like telling the timeline of her life, kind of like, so it's very similar to,
okay.
yeah.
So I definitely
like,
probably will really like it.
Oh, you'll love it because it's better than... Well, I haven't finished. I'm like halfway through. Well, yeah, I'm really liking it.
Yeah.
So you're not reading any books right now?
I'm reading the third Harry Potter right now.
Shh.
But I read it, like, the only time that I have to read or that I set aside, like, intentionally am setting aside to read is, like, when I'm going to bed. So, like, instead of turning on Netflix or something like that, I, like, just lay down and then I read until, like, I can't keep my eyes open anymore.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then I just fall asleep. So, like, I'm intentionally reading something I know so that I don't have to, like, I don't get extra interested. I don't, like...
Give it brain power.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and figure out how to intentionally start incorporating, like, reading new things, because there's a lot of other books that I want to read, but...
Add it to your list. You have, like, you have so much free time. I don't understand.
You fucking psychopath. I absolutely do not get free time right now.
No, Nikki texted me, like, a half hour before I got here. She's like, I'm gonna pee quick and then I'll have the podcast ready, so just come whenever. I come over and she's like working and she's like, I haven't peed yet. And I'm like, oh my God, go pee, you psycho yeast infection waiting to happen.
No, literally, like, that pee needed to happen like 3 hours before I peed. Like, it's not good.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of free time, so it's funny.
I don't.
It's a joke.
Yeah. No, I know it's a joke. I know it's a joke, but for those of you at home that didn't catch the sarcasm, I don't have time to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, my whole day is packed with from beginning to end, and I don't know how I got here.
Full 180 of topics. Are you watching anything right now, though?
Yes. We were kind of talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
So I just finished this show, and the reason I want to tell you about it is because you were talking to me about something that happened in the dollar store today, which you can talk about if you want.
Okay,
you don't have to. But,
do you want me to say that first?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
If you want to, you don't have to.
So before I came to Nikki's house, I stopped at like a corner store, like a dollar, like a general store thing, and I was looking at Christmas presents, and I know I had shared that my uncle passed the first week of December last year, but last year I had done all my Christmas shopping before Thanksgiving, so I already had Christmas presents for my uncle. And so I was shopping and I was like picking out Christmas presents for other family members, and I was thinking, gosh, it's so weird not to pick out a present for my uncle this year. Like, Christmas this year's, like, last year I was still in shock for Christmas, so this will be the first, like, actual Christmas without him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, oh my God, one day I'm gonna forget what it feels like to have a Christmas with him. And then I was like, wait, I am going to forget what his laugh sounds like. And then I had a full panic attack and, like, was doing everything I could not to cry, but was like, but started crying in the store because I was like, I can't remember what his laugh sounds like.
Yeah.
And so I got just really panicky, and I like hurry up and like went to the bathroom, dried my face off, and checked out and left. And then when I got to the car, I just kind of like sat and closed my eyes for a minute, and then I was like, okay, I can totally remember his laugh still, it's all good.
Yeah.
But I just kind of like panicked.
Yeah. So, like, what I was gonna what made me think about this show in that,
where did my grief connect with the TV show?
No, because also and like what you just said is like, this is your last year you kind of like in shock, right? Like, going through the holidays. For sure. Like, I felt that like with my grandma too. Like, obviously they both died in very different circumstances, but like,
grief is grief.
Yeah. And like, tomorrow's my grandma's birthday, so like that even like hit me today. I was like, what the hell? But I was like thinking about her probably more this Thanksgiving than I did last Thanksgiving, because she did pass away before last Thanksgiving. Yeah. And so like, but like you said that, and I was like, yeah, I do like connect. I feel that. Like, I understand that. And like, I was watching this show. It's called From Scratch.
Yeah.
On Netflix. Have you watched it?
Not yet. No, but you've talked about it a little bit.
Dude.
I don't know if I can handle a crying show.
Bro, if you just want to have your world fucking rocked, like, I think I'm like maybe...
Sexually or...
No. I mean, like, there's some steamy scenes, but like not anywhere you're really like, yeah, give it to me.
I already
like,
it's not Bridgerton today.
It's not Bridgerton, okay?
Oh, okay.
But it was like, the first episode was very like, oh, she's traveling and she meets this guy and it's like this whole thing, and I'm like, oh my god, is this about to be like a travel romance thing? But then like the only reason I heard of the show is because I saw this TikTok where these girls were like sobbing and they were like, this is a PSA, if you think this show from scratch is gonna be a rom-com, like it's not, it'll fuck you up. And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch it. So I knew going in, so like everything that I was seeing, I was like, okay, it's gonna get sad, it's gonna get sad, it's gonna get sad. Mariah, when I say I was fucking sobbing, I was sitting right here watching on the TV. I had my feet propped up on that thing. I couldn't breathe. I was like, I was hiding in my fucking sweater, like praying to God that my mom and my stepdad didn't fucking hear me sobbing, because I didn't want to have to like explain like why I was sobbing. But like, basically like this whole thing happens, somebody dies. It's like, it's very,
okay.
It's
yeah, don't give away too much. I will watch it.
Yeah, it's very fucking sad.
Okay.
And the way they like, now I'm like choking on my own snot. The way they show the grief in this show is like fucking wild.
Ooh.
And it's so good. And like something that they like, I don't even remember how it was said, if it was said, if I just picked up on it and how it was made, but I'm pretty sure it was said. Something that they talked about in the grief was like, take the moments to like feel them around you, right? Like,
ooh, okay, yeah.
Like in the moments when they would be there, like really pause and be like, here, right? So like something that I was like thinking about prior to that, and something I think about a lot, is like, oh my god, why am I choking? Sometimes I'll be in the kitchen and I swear I hear this chair.
Oh, like grandma's sitting in it?
Yeah, like, because for you guys at home, my grandma rolled around the kitchen on like a computer chair
to boss you around.
Well, yeah, to boss anybody around, to put groceries
Supervise,
away. Yeah, to like make herself toast, to make herself dinner. Like my grandma went into the kitchen, sat on the chair, and wheeled around. Like we had to get the floor replaced so many times, like because she ruined it with this chair. Like literally, that's the chair.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I'll just be like sitting in the house and I swear I'll hear it. And so like when I'm watching this show, like that's what I thought was like.
Oh, yeah.
Like let yourself be like, this is a moment, like.
It could be her, like sending vibes.
Yeah, but like even if you like believe in, like she's sending vibes, or you believe in God, or you believe that like whatever you believe or don't believe, like feel your grief in that way of like, that's how they're holding on to you, that's how you're holding on to them, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you being in the dollar store freaking out about that is like, let yourself stop and remember.
Aww. I'm so glad that you connected this, because like after I had my moment where I'm like, I can remember his laugh, I was driving here and I was thinking about your grandma, because I knew your grandma for a few years after she passed. It was very sad when she passed away, and like I still think about her and miss her and stuff. Obviously like wasn't nearly as close to her as you were, but I was thinking like, God, I hope that Nikki, because you're really good about taking pictures and videos. I'm like, God, I hope Nikki has grandma's laugh on video. And I'm sure that you do. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, like I vividly remember grandma's laugh. She had like a very distinct laugh.
Yeah. And that's why like I also asked you when we were talking about it, like, do you remember what it feels like to hear him laugh? Even if you don't like remember his laugh, do you remember what it feels like to hear him laugh? Because like,
it's gonna make me cry. Yeah.
Don't cry or I'm gonna cry.
Don't look at me.
Fuck.
Oh. Yeah, thank goodness, like, I still remember that feeling. And I, like, after he passed, I was like, I'm not gonna remember, like, I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna let myself forget, like, the little things about him. And so sometimes when I'm falling asleep, I like play back like a little mini movie in my head. I'm like, okay, I remember his laugh, I remember his smile, I remember the dumb things he would say, like the dumb little quotes he would say over and over, because he would be like, it ain't easy for none of us. Like he would say that about anything. Like he would drop a pen and he'd be like, it ain't easy for none of us.
Yeah.
And he would just always have like stupid catchphrases. So.
Yeah. I like, my grandma even, like, I think about that stuff, too. Like, my grandma being like, sugar. Like, she'll be in the kitchen and she fucking spills something. Sugar. And then, like, she's, like, really fucking up when she's in there. She's like, shit.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
She, like, that was a rare one to come out of her mouth. But, like,
the first time I met your I won't say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want that. Never mind. Like that. What was the saying that your grandma used to say? All the ships at sea.
Yeah, there were like variations of that one. I was just trying to like remember that too.
Mary, Joseph, and all the ships at sea.
Yeah. There's so many. Oh my God.
My favorite memory of your grandma, because we went bowling for your birthday like a while back, but my favorite memory with your grandma is like your family's big bowlers, which I think is weird. I'm like not into bowling. I think it's so weird, but good for y'all. when your family, like a huge mob, would go bowling, grandma would sit back and watch, and I would like pretend to bowl one game, and then I'd be like, okay, I participated, give me my trophy, and I'd go sit with grandma, and she would sling out the most hurtful shit. She'd be, like, anyone would get almost a strike and leave one pin, and she'd be like, you could do better than that.
She literally did.
Like, wow, can you get your ball left? You're disappointing me.
Yeah. So, like, literally. And then, like, okay, so to continue on this bowling shit that Mariah thinks is so bizarre, my whole family bowls. Like, we all have been on leagues. My cousin, I'm pretty sure, is still on a fucking league. Like, it was a thing. Like, I've won bowling tournaments, okay?
Oh, my God.
Like, I have trophies. My sister and I have trophies. It's, like, a thing. I have my own bowling ball. Like, it's a thing.
I want to see your bowling trophy.
It's in storage somewhere, but I do have it still. Sad. I refuse to get rid of it. But it's like this whole thing. So then like when people get introduced to our family, they usually get ripped apart for not knowing how to bowl. And then like grandma would sit down and be like, wow, the fuck? Like
ripped apart? No. The only person who had anything negative to say about my bowling was your grandmother.
That's what I mean. It's like,
oh, okay, yeah.
My grandma would sit down like
baptism by fire or whatever.
Yeah, basically. And she would just like ream people for it. And it was so funny, but like because we all bowled, if like we went to bowl and she was watching us and like we all weren't doing well, like us grandkids, like God forbid, like I accidentally like just fuck up a shot, she'd be like, you could do better than that. Like,
yeah, you grab your ball, you're not even getting ready to throw yet. You just grab your ball and she's like, all right, give me a strike. Let me see a strike.
Yeah. Or like you miss and she'd be like, you better get a spare. And like I'm saying this like she said it really aggressively when she really said it so kindly. But
it was out of love. Yeah. It was completely out of love. I just think that it's funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. So like
she's so cute. She's like literally the cutest.
Yeah, little tiny. And would just like sit back there and like just start, and she would yell over everybody. Like we all would be talking and she would be like bebopping around, like leaning so that she can see people like bowl, and then she'd like yell at them and we'd all be like, nobody's watching, but thank you for bringing attention to me fucking up bowling. Like, yeah. But even like when I graduated college, everybody surprised me with like a bowling party, and my whole family came down to Denver. Literally my whole family. I've never seen my Uncle Wayne leave Rapid City. Like, and he was like, why am I here? Like, everybody came down. So that includes, like, spouses, boyfriends, all of this stuff. And, like, my cousin Naomi, I don't think were they married at the time? No, I don't think so. But it was his first time, like, my cousin Naomi's boyfriend, now husband, it was his first time, like, bowling with the family, I'm pretty sure. And my grandma just reamed him. And then, like, my other cousin's husband, same thing. Like, my ex, that was, like, his first night, like, meeting my entire family. And, like, he was like, oh, we're going bowling. Like, he was in charge of, like, getting me to the surprise. And I was like, I just looked at him because we were walking to the store. And I was like, just so you know, my family bowls. And he was like, what do you mean your family bowls? And I was like, no, this is about to get for real. And my grandma's here. So, like, we're going fucking bowling right now.
I did not pee my pants at the CT scan, but I'm about to pee myself right now.
Yeah. My grandma ripped him apart.
Oh my God, it's
ripped
so
him
funny.
apart. It was so fucking funny. And then, like, I'm not somebody who, like, gets drunk and gets better at things. So, like, I was drinking because I was graduating. My cousin was, like, funneling me drinks. And I was getting worse and worse. My grandma's reaming me. Like, reaming. I'm like, at one point I just looked at her. I was like, Grandma, stop. I'm drunk. And she was like, ha! Like, she thought it was, like, so funny.
Yeah, like, she would be harsh on anyone's bowling, but she would be the first person to be like, are you hungry? Should we grab dinner first? Do you need me to buy you a pop? Like, yeah, here, grab your ball. Only did here's your shoes. Let me watch your shoes. Like,
Like, not only did my grandma give copious amounts of shit to people while bowling, she gave 10 times that in every other aspect of her life. Like,
am I your grandma?
You're well on your way, bitch. You're well on your way.
I could never
She's
be
like,
as
I'm
cute
gonna
as
rip
her.
Nikki apart on that fucking podcast, but like outside the podcast, like sometimes I listen back to the podcast and I'm like, somebody's gotta listen and be like, damn, Nikki's really gotta fucking evaluate this.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know what it is. I feel like that's my sense of humor. But like, I don't feel like I'm that mean to you off the podcast. But also, I feel
sometimes
like
I think like you do shit like that, but not. But that's only because I listen back to it now. But like when I like, it's literally like when it's happening to me in real life. Like I just think it's fucking funny, and I'm trying to like get you back and like think of something to like stunt you.
But
and
you can't.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you do.
I don't.
Sometimes you do.
But like I don't realize that it's so bad.
I think it's like because like in person, like we're making eye contact and we're laughing, and sometimes I hear it
like
back
there's
and
a
I'm like,
smile on your face while you're fucking telling me that I'm whatever
a piece of shit.
Yeah. Facts.
But then I listen back and I'm like, that's mean. I'm like, I don't like myself. But you literally answer the phone anytime I call you and you're like, what, bitch?
Yeah.
So like it is a two-way street.
I do sometimes what bitch you, but you are in my phone as Mariah Funny Bitch. So like,
oh, so
sometimes
you see
I
the
like
word
just
bitch.
like, yeah. So like,
Like,
I'll answer the phone. I'll be like, "Sup, my funny bitch." Like,
yeah.
So that's why I answer the phone and call you bitch. But
I always say like I should be a little bit nicer to you, but I don't know. I just think it's funny. So
it is funny. It is funny.
Yeah. We were all over the place.
Yeah, we've really been everywhere.
Do you guys like these episodes where it's just like a shit show of like everything that's happened to us, or do you guys want narrowed in topics? Is there anything you want to hear about specifically?
Somebody sent you questions today. Savannah did, right?
She did, and you know what else I was going to talk about this week?
What?
We went to the pottery we went to that painting and wine thing.
Yeah.
I worked there.
Oh my god, yeah, you were going to talk about that because you never really like gave me the full rundown.
Yeah, it was so funny because I was like, we could go there, but I really wanted to give you context of like why I was nervous, but I was like, I'm going to save it for the podcast. Okay. So I worked there, I think for a little over a month, and I was training to be the person that gives the classes because I had an art minor in college. Okay. And I'm not like an artist by any means, but like I art.
My painting was clearly better than yours. I actually didn't even really look that hard.
Do you guys hear the crickets?
Shut the fuck up. We're gonna put a fucking poll up on the Facebook page. You can go ahead and tell us whose is better.
We should just post each painting and like not say whose is whose and see who won.
Yeah.
Anyway, I worked there for a while and I was training to be the girl that gives the class, and when you're giving the class, like you get tips from serving alcohol, and like some people leave tips just for saying like this was a good class, you did a good job. And then you also make a little bit more depending on like how many people are signed up for the class, and then you make an hourly wage. Mm-hmm. When I was in training, quote unquote, they pay you minimum wage, and like it doesn't really take training. Like the rules are written, so you just read the rules and then you give a painting class.
Yeah, that
like,
doesn't strike me as like a job where you need a month of training.
No. Like, basically, like you would do all the hard work of the class, like setting up the canvases, putting out the paint, like bartending, quote unquote.
You don't have to like paint every painting, right? Like, is that part of the training so that you know how to do it?
No.
Okay, that was like my thought with the training. It's like, oh, maybe you have to paint, but it was like I watched the girl try and figure out how to paint the painting while she was teaching it to us.
Yeah. Like they don't tell you ahead of time what painting you're doing or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, you know the class, but like no. And that's the other thing that irks me about that place. When you're giving the class, you know how she painted a painting to show us how to do our painting? That painting is the business's property. So they have a bin, I don't know if you noticed it, near the bar, where they're selling the paintings that were made by the instructors. They sell those for $45 or more a piece. But the instructors painted it during the class.
That's so fucked up.
Isn't that fucked?
Yeah.
I would get like, if you get like a $15 bonus for half the price or whatever. But like the paintings you make in the class are property of the business. I don't know. It just kind of was like different.
I don't like that at all.
So anyways, I was going through this long ass training. Well, my mom can't remember if she won them or if she last minute looked it up and bought them. But we got front row tickets to see Fleetwood Mac in Sioux Falls.
Oh my God.
And so I was scheduled for like doing one class like as a little in training helper, and I'd already been there for over a month. And so I said, hey, is there, like, there was like a group chat, like, hey, does anyone want to cover for me tonight? Or would this class be okay without a helper? Like, is there a lot of people enrolled? If possible, I'd like to go to this concert. But if I'm needed there, then, like, obviously I'm committed to that and I'll be there. But they almost never have a helper. Yeah. So they're, like, it should have been fine, whatever. I get this long, nasty text back, like, you know what, we've decided that you're just not working out for us. Your priorities aren't right.
Oh, my God.
And I got fired through a text message.
Fuck that. Is there another place in town that we can go? Shit.
I know. So we walked in, and I was like, that was years ago. There's no way that anyone still works there for how shitty they treat their employees. We walk in, and it was the bitch that was, like, in charge of firing me. That's who fucking taught our class.
Bro. No wonder you were like, I was like, why isn't she, like, fucking wigging out with me? Like, I was, like, wilding out.
I was, like, nervous.
Yeah.
Or not nervous, just, like, awkward.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I tried to wig out with you. I thought I would.
No, I mean, like, you still look...
I seem nervous?
I could tell there was, like, a layer you weren't, like, pulling back.
Oh, see, that's the only thing I don't like about the podcast. Is, like, I wanted your genuine reaction for this, but I wanted to tell you in the moment, too.
Yeah.
So you could tell, because I knew you could tell. The minute we walked in, she was like, oh, hi, Mariah. And I was like, vibes just sank 3 notches.
And I was just like, I don't know who this bitch is. Give me a drink.
Yeah. Wine Wednesday. We were there on Wine Wednesday.
I know. I'm like, I feel like we need to do that fucking every Wednesday. Damn, we should have gone today.
But, like, okay, so, like, she was low energy, and I don't know if she was feeling the same vibes as me, because you're supposed to stop halfway through and play a game. They do, like, hot potato or, like, I don't know, different games that your background drives. And the winner of that game wins a free painting class.
Oh.
Plus, it's just fun anyways. We didn't play a game. She was very, like, monotone.
She was like, we don't have time.
Yeah. She was, like, very monotone. I brought it up because I was like, I wanted you to win, me to win, anyone to win at our table.
Yeah.
One of our new friends. But there's YouTube videos of people, like, teaching those classes where they're very high energy and it's fun and they explain things better.
Yeah.
And I think that we should just paint ourselves. I think we'd have just as much fun or more.
Yeah, and we could go live, which would be fun. Yeah, I think we should do that, though, because I fucking had a really good time doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'll do with stacks of canvases of paintings and shit, but, like, who cares?
We could sell them.
Yep. It'd be fun.
You could post them on your website.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, like, that's the only job I've ever been fired from.
Damn.
So I don't really tell people. Have you ever been fired from a job?
I've never been fired. I've been let go, but that was because of COVID.
Oh, not the same. Yeah, like, if people ask me if I've ever been fired from a job, I say no. I don't even put that shit on my resume.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, now it's on the internet, but...
Is somebody really gonna go listen to your fucking podcast before they hire you?
They should.
Well, we're 16 episodes deep now. We are
they
3 months into this. We posted every week for 3 months.
That's so weird.
Yeah, like, who are we?
Who are we? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Other than that, just been depressed and stressed, but loving life, you know?
Depressed but what did you say?
Depressed, stressed, loving life.
Feeling blessed.
Oh.
No.
Our vibes were, like, here.
We've been, like, all over the freaking board today. Look, I'm stressing about this group trip, okay? I'm stressing.
I'm fucking ecstatic for you and your group trip.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Okay, so for those of you that don't follow me on Instagram or my business Facebook page or TikTok or YouTube or
whatever. Why would they not do that? That's so gross. They better do that.
Yeah.
How do I, like, if I was a loser and didn't follow you on Instagram, how would I find that?
NIKKIITOMLIN beach.
So Nikki Tomlin bitch?
Yes. No.
Just Nikki Tomlin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
2 eyes at the end of Nikki. And it's the same on TikTok. YouTube, it's 1 eye. And I'm pretty sure on Facebook it's Nikki Travels, but it's got the same with 2 eyes. I don't, dude, it's different on every fucking platform. Just search Nikki Tomlin, you get it. You find one, you'll find all of them because they're all linked together. But my audience has been begging me for probably a good year now to go on a group trip.
Ooh.
To do something where we can like meet up. And I got mad imposter syndrome, so I haven't done it. And then I finally did it. And so
It's going to be so good.
yeah, my audience has voted. They voted, did a survey, and they wanted to go to Switzerland, but their budget wasn't enough for Switzerland, which is understandable because you grow balls on a budget too. So our second option was Bali.
So cool.
So, and I've never been to Southeast Asia. That's literally my goal for next year. So we're going to Bali, and like literally anyone is welcome to go. Literally anyone. So if you decide listening to this that you want to go, join the group.
Be our friends. Come to Bali.
Yeah. It would be like, it's going to be so much fun. Like I've planned like the whole itinerary, and like it's going live. Oh, literally today. It's going live literally today.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
yeah. Like this podcast dropped at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
You can register for the trip at noon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noon Mountain Standard Time. So.
I don't understand time zones, but.
Okay. So noon our
time
time zone, Mariah.
I would just like refresh your website until it showed up.
It's noon
like
our
what
time.
I would do.
It's
okay.
We're in Mountain Standard Time. So
like the time in my car, the time that my phone says.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. Anyway.
But the thing is, so I'm doing this group. The reason I'm stressed about this is because I'm doing this group trip through a group trip website. Like they've partnered with all the local guides. Like there's basically minimal planning that I have to do. Like I can change things around. I can pick specific itineraries for specific things. But like the survey that my audience took, like tells me what everybody wants to do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I got all of that picked out, but the catch is, if at least 8 people
sign up,
don't book. Like, I have to have 8 people book.
Oh, okay.
The trip doesn't happen. And then I've spent all of this time planning it, marketing it, bringing people to this company's website, like this whole thing for...
Nada.
For nothing.
You're going to get 8. You're going to get 8.5.
Yeah. I hope I can have up to 24 people.
That'd be wild.
That would be insane.
Cool.
But there are like a few people that I know personally that are like, oh, I'm really going to try and go.
It's in Bali. How long is it?
It's 8 days.
8 days. How much does it cost?
It's $18.50. The first 8 spots are $17.50.
Oh.
Which is like...
I'm going to throw elbows at noon.
Yeah, throw elbows at noon, baby. It like seems like
I'm
huge
an adult.
Chunk of money, but like a 6-day trip to Switzerland was like almost triple that.
It's not that much because like what is included in it?
So there's like, we have 8 days of travel. There's shuttles to and from the airport. Like somebody's picking everybody up, bringing them to we have 4-star hotels that we're staying at. Everywhere we go, we're visiting 3 cities.
They're not just like regular hotels. Like,
no, they're like villas.
Yeah.
Like 4-star villas.
Can you see the beach from them?
I haven't checked the location on any of them yet.
Is Bali an island? Yeah. I think Bali's an island.
Yeah, there's like islands. So we're going to like, there's 3 cities. We're going to Ubud, if I know how to say it correctly, which I believe is like on a mainland. And then we're going to Nusa Penida, which is an island. And then there's another city that we're going to.
Cool.
Sanur.
What are like a couple of the biggest activities that you're looking forward to?
I'm really excited about the sunrise hike up Mount Batur. I don't know how to say any of these things, you guys. Like,
That's okay.
I'm going to learn, but I'm really bad.
Why are you excited about the hike?
Because it's a volcano, and it's a sunrise hike, and we have a guide, so we'll be up there as the sun is rising, overlooking jungles on jungles on jungles.
Correct.
And then the guide is going to cook us breakfast from the heat of the volcano.
From the heat of the volcano?
Yeah. So I'm really fucking stoked about
volcano breakfast. That's so epic. Like, that's
yeah. And
crazy.
Then after that, we're going, like, that same day, we're getting done with the hike, and we're going to a hot spring. And then after that, there's an optional massage.
Now.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that day, because it's like...
So there's activities planned all 8 days?
Yeah. And there's, like, chill time. Like, I've, like, scheduled some photo and video, like, workshop type things, because my audience was also interested in that.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And then, like, we have, like days where we're like visiting like hidden coves and like swimming in the ocean, and like there's this like we're supposed to snorkel with manta rays, and I wanted to see a manta ray like my whole fucking life. And I'm like,
Is a manta ray like a stingray? You haven't seen
they're
one?
They're like huge.
Or you haven't seen one in the wild?
Yeah, like I haven't swam with one. Like I've swam with sea turtles. Like I've swam with an octopus.
So
like,
you're gonna have like breakfast cooked on a volcano, swim with manta rays.
Yeah, we were doing some like crazy stand-up paddleboarding.
Staying in villas.
Yeah.
I think $1,800 is a very fair price.
Yeah.
Like I spent over 3 stacks to go to Florida for like an extended weekend.
Yeah, no. This, like, literally the most expensive part is going to be, not the most expensive part, but like something that feels like a lot of money up front is the flight there.
Yeah.
But like if you book correctly and you book in advance, it's only like you can get it for like $700.
Cool. So you're going to start a group chat with everyone that signs up, right?
Yeah.
So there'll probably be some discussion of like, oh, I found a cool flight here. Here's a good flight deal.
Yeah. Like we'll all be like having each other's backs and like.
Is this kind of like something that's for very experienced travelers, or is this more something like a kind of learning how to travel situation?
No, this is like a perfect situation for somebody who's like never traveled.
Cool.
Never traveled, somebody who's like looking to get into like more solo travel, because like this is like solo traveling, like you're traveling by yourself but you always meet people, so like this is kind of like an introduction to like that type of lifestyle. So like
cool. Yeah,
you know, going and meeting a group of strangers, like, or showing up to a hostel and being like, how do I talk to people? It's going to be the same as like showing up to this hotel and talking to us, right? Obviously with a little bit of context or like conversation beforehand, but it's like that kind of stuff. Anybody who's like looking to get into like adventure, like new international travelers, like I was just talking to one of the girls that I went to Mesa with, and she wants to do a group trip with her audience, but she's scared because she's scared they're going to pick an international thing, and she's never been out of the country.
Oh my goodness, she should come to your trip.
Yeah, so it's like...
with the group chat, will they have access to you, like, with support and questions?
Yeah.
That's super special.
Yeah.
So, like, I can think of things that could come up, like, if you haven't traveled a lot, like...
packing, like, how many clothes do I need? Like, you know, like, things like that. And I think, you know, I don't know if everybody will, but at least for me, like, I'm going to extend my trip. I'm going to stay in Southeast Asia for a long time after. So, like, there might be people that, like, want to extend for a few days to go do their own thing. So then it's, like, you know, maybe they're, like, am I going to be able to do laundry? Am I, you know, like, things like that. Or, like, how to pack for a trip that's longer than a week in, like, a small amount of luggage. Because, you know, like, I know there's going to be questions because... a lot of people that have talked to me about coming are really intimidated by a lot of things that are so second nature to me now. So,
yeah. So I did just a little bit of research because whenever you're going out of the country, I'm always like, that's my best friend. She better stay safe. Like, I need to know how to, like, make sure she doesn't step out of line.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to control you from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
But I was looking
up... just checking my geolocation.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like when you're somewhere that, like, I can't check your location, because I do when you're out of the country. I looked up, like, is Bali safe? And they're like, yes, the locals are very safe. There's, like, petty crime, like, similar to or less than what you'd see in an average United States area. The biggest chunk of crime comes from American male tourists.
Yeah.
So, like, drunk males. So I'm like, oh... that seems like a safe... I mean...
it's funny to me that they, like, pinpointed Americans specifically, because there are a lot of Australians in Bali. Like, a lot. There's, like, people from all over, so I don't know why it's just Americans that are in that review. But, yeah, there's a lot of Australians, there's a lot of Europeans, there's a lot of Americans in Bali. So, yeah. I don't know how it's just Americans, but I also understand because Americans don't know how to handle their alcohol.
I'm so excited for you in this trip. I do have one last question.
Okay.
Do you have to have the full chunk on Monday today to sign up?
No. Just 25% to, like, secure your spot, and then everything has to be paid by March.
Oh, okay. So you have some months to...
yeah. It just has to be paid for 90 days before the trip starts.
But if they were, like, side hustling, door dashing, and selling plasma, that would be long enough notice. They could hopefully get it together.
Yeah.
What is 25%?
I don't know. I haven't done that math.
So if you sign up today, your 25% would only be $437.50. Yeah. $437 to save your spot.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's for the early bird discount. If you aren't one of the first few, it might be like an extra $20.
Yeah.
So be there right at noon.
Yeah. I'm really freaking excited about it, but I'm also really, really nervous. Like, I'm really nervous that it's not going to sell because I want to go so bad, and I'm so excited about these things that, like, are planned, and I'm so excited to meet everyone, and I'm, like, I am really excited to meet everyone, but I, like, haven't fully let myself do that yet because I also have, like, I've only met, like, a handful of people that, like, follow me in, like, different situations, and usually they're, like, other creators. Not saying that there won't be other creators on the trip, but I'm just, like, super nervous about it.
Yeah.
Because I also know that, like, based off of what my audience said, a lot of them are looking for, like, photo and video help. So, like, this is also, like, I have to step out of the imposter syndrome and, like, actually help people.
That's gonna come so natural to you. Like, it's...
which I'm so...
I know you know, but, like...
Yeah, I'm so much easier it's so much easier for me to do that when I'm in person.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, marketing and selling a course or an ebook or something is, like, super intimidating. But, like, if I'm standing there with somebody in their camera, like, I got it.
Yeah.
But it is still, like, really intimidating because I'm gonna, like, part of the group chat is I'm gonna ask them, like, what do you want to know about photo and video so that I can make sure we hit these things in this week's time to learn.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. So... But I haven't let myself be super excited about, like, meeting people and doing all of that stuff yet. I'm just, like...
So you and I are very similar. Like, when we have something big coming up, we, like, don't believe that it's real. We are, like, push it away until it's, like, actually happening.
Yeah.
And I think it stems from one common theme.
Tell me.
We bought tickets to Taylor Swift's Loverfest.
Today. I'm like, are you about to hit some childhood trauma that I've been trying to, like... dig this down to? Or is it simply the Taylor Swift concert?
Well, we both did sleep with a childhood stuffed animal into our late 20s. So
facts.
It could be related to that. But no, we spent hours and, like, all this time and energy to buy Loverfest tickets, and then the concert got canceled.
Yeah.
And so...
But we also spoke into existence that it doesn't feel real, it's not gonna happen.
So you need to do the opposite with Bali.
I know, that's why I've been, like,
say it right
today,
now.
I was, like, talking to Crosby, and I was like, I'm holding on to the fact that, like, this is a really, like, because to me it seems like a lot of money, right? Like, it seems, like, I know it's a steal, but it seems like...
It's a good deal, but it is a chunk of money.
And I'm asking somebody to spend money, like, and that's so
on themselves.
Weird. Yeah, but it's like influenced by me. So
it is influenced by you. But they get a deal. Like, if they went on their own and had to figure all this out.
Yeah, they, like, literally don't have
some
to
of it is
anything.
A group rate.
Yeah, the only thing they have to figure out is their visas, which are super easy.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You have to get a visa?
Indonesia is like that for whatever reason. I've never had to apply for a visa to get into another country, so I don't even know what it's like, but I know that, like, I know a million people who've done it. Yeah,
you have connections how to do it. So, like,
yes.
If we were to sign up today and join the group chat somehow, you have a lot of connections signing up for your visa. Are you going to kind of give people advice on how you're applying for yours?
And cool. Exactly. Like, once I have it all figured out, I'm just going to, like, lay it out and, like, give it in the group chat. Like, because ideally it's, like, as soon as there's 8 people booked, I'm just going to, like, once there's a ticket, I'm going to book my ticket.
Yeah.
So, like, and then, like, obviously in the group chat, I'll be like, hey, like, tickets are cheap today, whatever, blah, 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 blah.
You rock.
But, yeah, like, aside from that, there's nothing that anybody has to figure out. It's literally, like, they just have to figure out their visa and their plane ticket.
That's so exciting.
And then they show up. And the clothes they're going to pack. That's 3 things. You don't have to think about where you're going to sleep. You don't have to think about what you're going to fucking eat. You don't have to think about what you're fucking going to do. You're just showing up. But it just makes me nervous. And, like...
Yeah.
I've been talking to Crosby today because she launched her trip today. And, like... I'm just like, okay, I'm holding on to the fact that it's a steal. I'm holding on to the fact that, like, people have been asking me about this. I'm holding on to the fact that, like...
You're a good person and they're gonna have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm, like, holding on to, like, a lot of things to, like, hopefully make this happen. Because...
Yay.
I really would love to. And I really want to go to Southeast Asia either way. Like, I'm going to go whether this trip gets booked or not.
For a while. Yeah. You just rather have it be with new friends.
Yeah. I'd rather have, like, the extra adventure.
Yeah. And also, like, it'd be hard to duplicate all those experiences on your own to figure out, like, how to book it, where to book it. Like,
Yeah,
there's a
then I have
language
to go and,
barrier.
like, do all of my stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, most people speak English there, like, that are in this touristy, like, region and stuff like
For
that.
sure, but
yeah.
Yay. Well,
So-
I'm so excited for you. I wish you the best of luck. It's
Now that
today,
I've got
people.
I've got all of that stress out of my system by talking about it to you guys.
Yeah.
To inform you, but also to inform you about it, but also to inform you that I'm stressed about it.
Yeah.
That's what this podcast is. Here's all the things I'm doing and the stresses I feel about it.
But also the opportunity. So, if somebody has questions, can they message you on Instagram?
For sure.
A show.
Yeah.
Do you eat pho in Indonesia?
Yeah, they have pho. Well, I would assume that they have pho there. I don't entirely know the cuisine.
Oh, because I was going to say pho show, but maybe...
Speaking of, I'm about to go eat some pho. I batched myself some pho this week.
I did walk in your house and the first thing I saw was a box of rice noodles and I was like, anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's everything, guys.
Okay, well, I can't wait to hear who from the podcast signs up because that is going to be so cool.
It would be so much fun.
Yay.
I'd be so happy to have anyone, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I mean, for you.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, my kitties are making sounds. I think that means we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
I should wrap this up. This is my fucking podcast.
Hi, it's me, Mariah. I'm Lily's favorite aunt, and this is my podcast.
Shut the fuck up.
Nikki, thanks for joining us today. All right, everyone.
Love you. Good night.
You really ended it on that.
Look,
You.
I was like, I'm gonna get this bitch ass back one day. I'm gonna fucking get her back.